Cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Yeah.
Cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. Just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Yeah.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Heart be pure, evil be erased, mind be purged, world be... I always forget that last part.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Exorcism uses thaumaturgy and martial arts to conquer evil. There are other means to the same end, but they are not the true way.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. We cannot just rely on the ocean's
Yeah.
self-cleaning ability. Just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Heart be pure, evil be erased, mind be purged, world be... I always forget that last part.
Just rely on the ocean's
Hmm.
Just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Hmm. I take my milk cold to quiet the spirit and calm my vital energies. Genshin infused water with ice is the most effective.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Hmm.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. Just rely on the ocean's self.
Hmm.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Heart be pure, evil be erased, mind be purged, world be... I always forget that last part.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Hmm.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Exorcism uses thaumaturgy and martial arts to conquer evil. There are other means to the same end, but they are not the true way.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Ah. Heart be pure, evil be erased, mind be purged, world be... I always forget that last part.
The ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Ah.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
So what did you want to tell us, Chevres?
Have you read The Two Musketeers? The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron and their struggle to survive together and take revenge for their mother. They were raised at the baron's estate, where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid, so they were never treated well by anyone. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the baron's household, who never had any kind words to say to them. However, the baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no chance of bringing her murderers to... Many years later, members of the baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. The baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, but it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive. They used all of their abilities to collect...
That's quite an exhilarating story.
Yep. The baron got what he deserved for his evil deeds, and justice was able to prevail.
Oh, so is that why you're so willing to join our crew, Chevres?
You could say it was...
Oh, you mean there were...
I've read the reports about you. Whether it was at the trials or when you lent your hand to resolve... You've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions. Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems you've experienced many similar situations. There's been a recent murder case involving muskets. The perpetrator's methods appear to be very similar to what is described in the novel.
Huh? Really? But Paimon didn't see anything about that in today's papers.
The Marechaussee Phantom hasn't yet released any information to the public, because the investigation is...
A murder involving firearms?
impossible. We perform a routine inspection of our firearms and ammo reserves every day. If one of the weapons... However...
Huh?
I hope you all can go back and get some shut-eye. You can decide tomorrow. I'm aware this might not be the ideal time to add more to your plate, but the more capable people we have, the better the chances that justice... Carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be our responsibility. Our job is to apprehend the perpetrators. Finding them is really up to the I don't want people to see muskets in a negative way, and also, I'm concerned about the similarity between the...
You mean they might be connected somehow?
I suspect so. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal of any kind. If you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow and are willing to assist me, then I would be most—
What do you think, Traveler? Yeah, you're right. Paimon's getting a little tired.
You'd better head back and get some rest. It's otherwise, when the—
To meet up with everyone. Paimon even dreamt of making the film last night. If Paimon remembers right, we're meeting at a Hotel de Book.
Good morning. Xavier said yesterday afternoon went well.
And how about you, Ayaka? What were you up to?
After we split up, Ayato went to see Udex Nervillette at the Palais Mermonia. I was originally thinking of going with him, but he said he could manage it himself. So I rode the aquabus with Yoimiya and visited the opera house.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what we saw there. Two mechanical puppets that were dancing together. You've already seen them, right? Yeah, those two.
We sat and watched for quite a while. It was mesmerizing.
Oh, you were the same dress the first time we sat. Afterwards, we went swimming at the beach. Well, diving to be exact. It was the first time I ever breathed. I held Ayaka's hand and we counted down together. 3, 2, 1, and then... First, I didn't dare to open my mouth. But once I couldn't hold my breath any longer, I decided to take a big breath in. Turns out, water wasn't as soft before I knew it. I was breathing like normal down there. It was an amazing feeling. Yaka said I was too nervous to loosen my grip. She got used to everything way faster than I did.
I knew that the traveler could do it, so I no doubt you could do it too. That helped me lose as soon as the underwater world of one point. Truly beautiful. I love seeing the American flowers blossoming underwater.
Yeah, there were so many good things I've never seen in Yuma. It was like a sword blade. Oh, and the big fish were almost invisible. Oh, you can graduate rays and bumblebee. I just love the bumblebee. Just wait till some of the others hear about this. They probably won't even believe it.
Yoimiya was down there for quite a while. It was dark before we finally rode the aquabus back to the city. I figured she'd want to sleep in today.
Yeah, even I was worried I wouldn't be able to get up. Oh, it felt like I was drifting in the waves when we went to sleep last night. Alright, as soon as I woke up today, I remembered that
My brother and Xavier were speaking to the restaurant owner about using the place as a filming location. As for the others,
We're here. Please excuse my tardiness. I just finished the special patrol's 6-mile morning jog.
Wait, 6 miles?
I'm so tired. I heard you all chatting, so I decided to come down. Good morning, everyone. Morning. Can someone fetch you? Sure. I'd be happy. No, you can't go anywhere. Please, have a seat over here so I can get started on your makeup. The last thing I want is
Making him a coffee. It's the perfect job for an assistant.
so much energy. Seriously, what's her...
Oh,
exhausted, Farina. It's because you're not used to waking up.
Of course not. I spent the whole night reading the novel from cover to cover, marking sections that either need to be omitted or adapted.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect
Well, I was the biggest star in Olifontaine after all. It takes more than just a pretty face to earn a reputation like that. I know how to get serious. I went all out when I was acting as an Archon, so why wouldn't I do the same for my own life?
Here's your coffee, Director Farina.
Oh, thank you. The sound of being called director, and the...
Oh, it seems everyone has managed to arrive on time! We've reached an agreement with the restaurant owner. We are free to use the second floor to shoot our film.
Really?
He is really looking forward to our film, and hopes that providing his restaurant... Well then, Mr. Xavier, I'll leave the... Okay, thanks! First, I'd like to introduce this is our prop manager, Veronique. She'll be in charge of all the film's props, and this is Bonneau, our lighting technician. He'll be in...
Wow. Sure feels like we have...
First of all, please allow me to first express my When my investor informed me yesterday that he wouldn't be able to provide the funds, I really thought that this was the nail in the coffin for this film. I had no idea that I'd find so many people willing to help me on such short...
No need to be so cordial, Mr. Xavier. We're all honored to be a part of...
Your works made a profound impression on me when I saw them back in Inazuma. I am sure that someday, this film will be remembered.
Yes, the story is the reason I agreed to join. I can't bear to even imagine what this...
Anyway, I would like to make a promise to everyone that as the producer of this film, I'll do whatever I can to ensure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. This is not just my film. It also embodies the thoughts and feelings of every person. So, without further ado, the Two Musketeers... You may take it from here, Director Farina.
All right. Listen up, everyone. The first scene takes place when the two young musketeers are living at the Baron's home, still unaware of all that is about to happen to them. We'll need props and lighting to set the scene. Our lead actors can go get their makeup done, and extras, please take this time to go over your positions.
Whoa. Seems Farina's really kicking things into gear.
Is everyone clear? I don't want anyone traipsing around the set. All right. Cameras will start rolling as soon as the set is ready. Let's make... not the kind of waves that drown people. I mean, the good kind of waves.
Seems like she's still a bit traumatized by that. Anyway, let's go see if there's anything we can do.
How about here?
A little more to the left.
You got it.
Do you need a hand?
No, I'm fine. You know, doing the lighting is kind of like designing a fireworks show. It's interesting to imagine what kind of I heard that the Traveler will be operating the camera.
Really? Is that because it'll be easy?
Well, sure, there's that. I just think that after all your journeys together, you two must have developed a super close bond. Oh, I see. It's amazing to see the magic behind filmmaking.
Yumiya, we need lights over there, too.
Oh, I've got to get back to work. Chat with you later. Oh,
Seems like Yumiya's really getting into it. But she was right. We do have a super close bond, don't we?
Hayaka has mentioned you to me before. She said that you two were great friends when you were kids.
No talking. I'm thinking about how to do your eyeshadow.
Ah, yes.
To achieve a more young and naive look for this scene.
Are you saying the wrinkles around my eye?
You just have too much of a calculating look in your eyes.
You sure don't mince your words.
Quiet.
So, this is a real musket?
No, it's just a prop weapon.
Not bad. Have you seen a real musket before?
Only in books and newspapers. I made this one based on the relative shape and proportion. When we're filming, some special gunpowder will be applied around the muzzle, which will help create the flash and
Which means it'll be up to the actors to portray the
That's right.
Thank you, Veronique. I think I know where to start now. However, the musket's gears and firing pin could still use some work. Also, be sure to rub the muskets with some oil each time before we start shooting. That'll give the...
Good point.
You seem to know a lot, Miss Chevres. I assume you use these...
Yes, I perform routine maintenance on my weapons every day. Just like we as people need to eat.
I also perform similar care for my sword every day.
Yes. This way, our weapons will...
Yes, well said.
Oh, sounds like they found a common interest to talk about.
Though these props differ from the muskets I use, I can still give you...
Good. I look forward to...
First and foremost, never point the weapon at anyone, regardless of whether it's a real or prop weapon or whether you're holding it or it's on the table. This holds for any time when you're not actively engaging an enemy.
Okay, understood.
When aiming the musket, extend your arm so that it's level...
Like this?
Not bad. Now, try saying your...
This is the end of the road for you.
Good. Now turn your body a little. That way, you'll give your enemy less of a target to work with. And this is the end of the road for you.
Huh. Excuse me, Miss Chiori. Director Farina, there's something I wish to discuss with you.
Oh? What is it? Like this?
Yes, much better.
What do you think?
I do see your point.
I believe it would be most...
Well, if you insist. Miss Ayaka, Miss Chevres, could the two...
Huh? What's going on? Are we gonna start filming?
Let's go see.
What is it?
I have a question for you, Miss Chevres.
What?
To clarify, I would like to turn over my role to Miss...
But, brother...
Don't worry, Ayaka. I was becoming troubled trying to set aside some time to speak to the staff at the Palais Mermonia. Now, I will be able to focus on my work.
From a director's point of view, I also felt like the older brother in the story plays the lead role with his overbearing character. But this causes his character to... But if we were to change the siblings to two sisters of a similar age, then that aspect of this... Also, I've seen you...
Of course, even with all these insights.
Chevres mentioned that she really likes the story, right? Paimon bets that she'll take the role.
All right, I'll take the role.
Good. It's decided then. We'll also need to make some immediate adjustments to the lighting, props. I have a feeling that...
You're doing a great favor for me.
Don't mention it. I like this character, so if anything, I should be the one thanking you.
Well, since my brother is the one who brought up... Let's go, Miss Chevres. I look forward to working...
Please, just...
Seems like you're really going out of your way to solve the problem I was having with your makeup.
Surely you jest, Chiori. I assure you that I was most...
Oh, come on. You really think I'd buy that? According to what I've heard from Ayaka, her brother is someone who can juggle...
Perhaps. Ayaka always said she wanted to go out and see more of... But I feel that she needs not only to see other nations, but also to make some different kinds of friends.
All right, go on. Spoil her some more.
Ayato! It's too bad you're stepping down from the role. Paimon really wanted to see you act as a musketeer.
No need to poke fun at me.
It's a little hard for Paimon to imagine you saying...
Yes. I've made an appointment to meet some people from the Palais Mermonia.
Traveler, get the camera ready. Paimon, get the clapperboard. Actors, to your positions. We're about to start shooting the...
Go on now. Thank you. I look forward to seeing the film when it's finished.
All right. Now that we're all here, let me help set the scene for everyone. The first scene takes place when our two main characters are still living at the Baron's estate. They've been ostracized and verbally abused by others in the household, but they still have no idea why. Chevres will be playing the role of the older sister, Tulip, and Ayaka will be the younger sister, Iris. Be sure to get close-ups of the main characters at the right moment. Silence on the set! Lights! Camera! Action!
Tulip, Mother's been out for quite a while now.
Perhaps she went to pick some flowers on the way home. You know how she loves flowers.
Iris, Tulip! I'm home!
Mother! You were out for so long, we were beginning to worry about you.
I'm sorry, but I'm back now, safe and sound. Here.
Mother, what are those bruises on your hand?
Huh? What bruises? Oh, I must have bumped into something while I was working yesterday.
But I didn't notice them this morning.
Then perhaps they're from when I By the way, did you have fun playing at home? What's the matter, Iris?
Well, we've realized that no one really wants...
They even took Iris's doll and spat at us.
And they even called us names. They said...
Shh! It's all right, don't worry. Girls, listen to me. It doesn't matter what anyone says. Don't listen to them. No one can define you with such words. You both have wonderful lives ahead of you. Just maybe your time to blossom hasn't quite come yet. But one day, you two will bloom. Don't let the soil you're in now ruin your future beauty. Understand?
Not bad. The actors' emotions were all on point. Let's keep that take. Also, if our clapper loader could avoid shouting at the start of the scene...
Great. I was a little worried that my nerves would get the better of me.
I felt fine. The lines weren't too difficult at all. Seems like Farina must...
You two were great. I couldn't tell it was your first time acting in a film.
Thank you for your encouragement.
Positions, everyone! We'll move on. This scene is when our two characters return home, only to discover their mother has been murdered. Ready?
Mother, we're back. Mother? What's wrong, Tulip?
Iris, stay away!
Why? What's... Mother... She's...
There's poison in this cup.
I could have sworn it...
Those aristocrats. They didn't even try to cover up their actions! Iris, we need to leave this...
Leave? But now that Mother...
Anywhere. All I know is that we can't... We'll have our revenge, I promise you. Just not right now. Come on, let's go.
No, wait. We can't just leave Mother here like this. At least let me leave this rose with her. That's why we went out in the first place.
All right. Goodbye, Mother. We'll avenge...
And cut! overall, great performance.
Oh my, you're so amazing, Ayaka! And were those real tears?
I was surprised too.
Thank you for the kind compliments. Actually, as soon as Director Farina said action, I told myself not to think about anything. It's quite similar to practicing the art of the sword. You clear your mind and focus only on what's happening in front of you. Ayaka's performance was amazing. Have I discovered an acting prodigy?
Calm down, everyone! We need to move on to the next scene!
Are we done already? But I keep playing with the hoverboard. How do you feel, Traveler? Is your arm sore from holding the camera all day?
Good work, you two.
You too, Severin. You were quite the actress today.
I've read this novel many times before. I have a good grasp of my character's mindset. Anyway, do you remember my request from yesterday?
Oh, right! We were having so much fun that Paimon nearly forgot. You have a case where the murders seem really similar to the cases in the novel, right? So,
In the story, the main characters grow up to become two musketeers, always using their guns to carry out their and on each of the victims, they place a rainbow rose as a signal that they've returned. Yes, that's correct. We found rainbow roses just like in the novel.
oh, that does sound pretty, especially after seeing the script today. Oh, now Paimon can't stop wondering what do you think, Traveler? You're smart. Paimon wants to hear your thoughts.
Good. On behalf of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, thank you for your dedication to justice. There's no time to lose. We should start investigating right away. Follow me.
Huh? Right now?
The most valuable intel always comes after nightfall. They are like small, remote islands in the middle of the... That's how one of my favorite books always puts it.
Right now.
Let's start by checking out some workshops that sell mechanical components. If the... Add Astro...
Welcome to LeChaux's Clockwork Workshop. How can I help you?
Hello. I'd like to know if anyone has purchased some special components lately.
Special components? Sorry, could you be more specific?
I mean the kind of components that aren't typically used for clockwork toys, but for firearms.
Huh? For firearms? No, we don't sell those sort of things here.
Don't misunderstand. I'm not here to cause any trouble. We are merely investigating a case, and we're hoping that you could cooperate.
Well, to be completely honest, I'm not even sure what kind of components that would entail.
Has anyone ever purchased components here as an individual rather than on behalf of an organization?
We have a lot of customers who buy toys, but those who buy components are all regular customers who buy in bulk on behalf of their organization.
Is that so? I understand. Thank you for your cooperation.
You're welcome. It's the least I can do.
Oh, hey, Chevris. Run out of oil for your musk?
Hello, Estelle. I want to know if anyone has come to your shop recently.
Oh, is this another case? I don't think so. Some people have requested that I make some prop guns for the Fontanalia Film Festival, but I refuse.
Oh? Why's that?
Because there's no profit! I only make things here that can do some real heavy lifting. I don't have the energy to make some new molds just for the festival.
Then has anybody come specifically
Well, I usually sell off my scrap to the Fleuve Cendre.
I understand.
Don't mention it.
Seems like we haven't found any.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Huh? Are you sure? People might not be so thrilled.
You think so, huh?
Huh?
That I grew up in Fleuve Cendre.
I ride on wind and cloud alike.
It's been a while, Tetro.
Please, just get on with your request.
I want to know if you've heard anybody talking about muskets lately.
Information isn't free, you know.
I've heard that bandits have been extremely active in the countryside recently, and they've been affecting the delivery of goods to Poisson.
You're still as helpful as ever. One of our men got drunk at dinner about a month ago and lost his gun. 3 days later, it turned up in the corner.
What's weird about that? He just forgot where he put it, right?
This is Fleuve Cendre, my friend. Anything of value left in the tap, but that gun turned out to be an exception. It didn't get any new wear and tear on it, and didn't even appear to have been fired.
I suspect it came back because the weapon was already known to the guards.
You mean, a criminal was afraid the Marechaussee Phantom would use the shot marks to...
I didn't say anything about a...
In Fleuve Cendre, knowing who was killed is as easy as knowing what clothes you're wearing today. It's the guy living in the east side, isn't it? I've never liked him. Every time he's...
So, who's the one who lost the gun in the...
Don't bother. Even if you ask, he wouldn't admit to owning a gun to some strangers.
He's right.
I know you grew up here, Chevris. Even though you're on good terms with the Spina, you've still been gone too long. Not many people know you here now, and a lot of people don't like this.
I know.
So take my advice and don't show your face too much around here. It's for your own safety.
I'll come and go as I please, and I'm afraid I'll be appearing more often due to my work.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn.
People here really need to get more sunlight. Hello, I'd like to ask some questions.
I don't know anything.
Don't worry, I'm not here to arrest anybody.
You say that now.
It's the truth. Here, take this as my guarantee.
Wait, did Paimon just see what she thinks she saw? Is the special patrol bribing a citizen?
seems you're different from the other guards. What do you want to know?
Have you heard anything related to muskets and
Muskets, huh? All I know is that about 2 weeks ago, we started hearing some loud noises at night. So loud.
Were they gunshots?
Possibly. It's hard. Someone's house collapsing, a pipe exploding somewhere. It's all the same.
Do you know where the noises...
I don't remember.
Is it that you don't...
You tell me.
Then please.
She's giving me more!
The noises came from the end of the Southern Waterway. I came out and had a look. That's all I know.
All right. I'll take...
Thanks for the
No need to be surprised. I grew up here, remember? I know how to get people around here to talk. My apologies, though I do have some other tempting snacks in my but taking care of junk food is my responsibility. You're better off sticking to your normal nutrition. Now then, let's keep...
What's all this? Some broken plank?
Yes, but have a closer look, Paimon.
Hmm?
Even though somebody has purposefully tried to clean them up, in other words, someone was here trying to improve their shot. Your guess is as good as mine. Anyway, let's go. Seems like that's all we'll be able to uncover for today.
Feels like we managed to learn.
Yes. Assuming that everything we found is indeed connected a month ago, our suspect found a gun and took it home to disassemble it. Once he'd figured out its mechanics, he brought it back. In the following weeks, he used some parts to create his own makeshift musket. Then, a few days ago, he found his target and carried out the murder. Once the deed was done, he left a rainbow...
That all makes sense to Paimon, but we're still no closer to figuring out the killer's identity.
The deceased was a resident of Fleuve Cendre. It's said that he was a poor... Yeah, that's also something If we are indeed he was no saint, but no one's heard of a rival who hated him enough to shoot him. What message is the killer trying to convey? And to whom exactly? We've thoroughly investigated that possibility. He claims to have spent the whole day at the Opera House on the day of the murder, and the staff there have confirmed his account.
Okay, so he has an alibi.
Not only that, he lacks a credible motive as well. He has a family of his own, and both of his parents are still alive. I've looked into his records. He was adopted at the age of... In the story, the mother of the two musketeers... More importantly, I've also had a chat with him in person. He didn't seem like the kind of person who would pull...
What should we do now?
Investigations take time. I didn't expect us to catch the culprit and just... How about this? Let's spend the next few days filming with the crew. We can continue the investigation...
Wait, but weren't you saying Intel is like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea just a moment ago?
Ah, but the book had more than one reference to the islands.
Oh?
As long as you spend enough time sailing through the fog, you'll eventually...
Yeah.
I imagining things? Or is all this standing making me dizzy? People here are really dangerous.
I take my meals cold.